your face.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Like I said.
All right, well, last topic of the show I want to bring up, Dave Pulcinella, brought up a good thing. You know, Dave, you train people obviously for competitions. I do too. And you know, since this rash of deaths we've seen in our industry, people have been freaking out a little bit. And you know, you said, like, what do I got? A fly coming after me? What's going on? I was being attacked by a.
That's cause you're going keto to fly.
I think so. Yeah. And people have been dropping out, right?
So I have 2 points to make with this. Yeah. Number one, I want to know your take on this, Dave, because I have a client who just competed in the Midwest this weekend and did very well. The only problem we had was a little distension in the lower belly, right?
Yeah.
So you know how competitors like to get feedback from the judges and the promoters, right? Yeah. Well, the promoter of this particular show, who you would know him if I said his name, he's a pretty big time guy, contacted my competitor. And now it's normal to give, like, you need to bring this up, you need to improve that. This is a good point. This is a bad point. You know, things of that nature. But what he said was, he said, you had some lower belly distension. Here's what I think you should eat for the next 2 weeks before your next show.
Really?
You need to switch all your chicken to fish. You need to do this and switch to that. Now, what are your feelings on that? I took offense to that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
As his coach.
Was it a girl? It was a guy? I don't know. That's kind of weird.
It's a guy. I don't think that it's his place to tell him how to change his eating. I think if the assumption is that the guy probably has a coach,
right?
In which case the coach is handling that.
Right.
I just don't think you should step on a coach's toes as the promoter or a judge giving feedback. I think there's a line with what type of feedback you should give. Right. What do you think?
Yeah, there is. But you know what? Anyone who's I just tell my clients, always ask the judges what they think. And if they give advice, you know, you can run it by me. But
do you like it?
I mean, I don't. To me,
if he told your client to switch to all fish for the next 2 weeks,
I would say no, because I have my own strategy, just like you did. And you know,
that's what I'm saying.
I was going to say, just get them on some Fiberlize, Dave. That's all.
Judges judge because they can't compete. So what the judge should have just said was, listen, I noticed you got a little bit of lower belly distension. Just maybe look into your diet, or if you got a coach, just talk to them about that. See if you can bring.
I was aware of this. Right.
Yeah, you should have said maybe ask your coach about maybe switching to fish or something like that, rather than say this is what here's your diet for the next 2 weeks. Right.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it.
But not even suggesting the foods. Just say, look, you got a bit of distension down there. If you got a show in 2 weeks, just take care of it. Whatever you're doing, just
Well, he sent me verbatim what the guy said, and the guy didn't even mention anything about a coach. He was just completely oblivious.
And the guy that said it, has he ever dieted before? I know some.
Oh yeah, you know him. You know who he is.
Yeah.
Midwest.
I don't know many. He's the main promoter in the Midwest, but we're not going to say his name.
Well, he was a pretty decent bodybuilder in his day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what the story that Dave was alluding to was a client of mine who was doing the Masters Nationals coming up. And we were so on track, and the guy's got a good national level physique, and we were on target to do pretty well. He just contacted me yesterday, and he's dropping out not only of the show, but of bodybuilding altogether. And his reason is because all he does is walk around all day, every day, worrying about when he's going to drop dead.
Oh, really?
And he's got
it's going to drop dead from worrying.
Yes.
Not exactly.
You get what you think about it, whether you like it or not.
Commentary.
That's the truth.
Sad commentary on our sport right now. But this guy doesn't even want to do his beloved sport. He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Right. It's scary.
Well, like you could do it because, like I said, training. When you look at it, training is healthy. Yes, pro bodybuilders, we push the envelope with supplements and the vigorous dieting. Yes, towards the end of the diet, it can become a bit. But overall, training, cardio-wise,
can be healthy.
Yeah, can be healthy. Like I said, it's okay if he doesn't want to compete, but he wants to keep training. You know, they say, what's he going to do? Stop training, then get into bad shape, eat shitty food, or he just doesn't go
die of a heart attack, right? Exactly.
I don't think he'll do that.
Now he'll be like, I'm not going to train anymore because training is going to kill me. I've got a dog. I'm going to walk the dog. So as he's walking the dog, he gets fucking hit by a car. So it's like,
he said Cedric was the straw for him.
Yeah.
Cedric was it for him after Cedric died.
But it'd be like, could you imagine other sports have deaths? It'd be like NASCAR.
I know.
Drivers get injured. It's like, that's crazy. Yeah. Not since
like that.
But there's not an incremental. There's not this increase like it has been for bodybuilding. I mean,
but I'm sure
it's really accelerated lately.
Well, a top NASCAR driver died lately, but we just had a car driver here in Australia under Targa, Tasmania last weekend go off the road, hit a tree and die. It's like a endurance race. So there are car racers that die all the time. We just don't.
Well, anything that happens when you're going 200 miles an hour, you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't matter what happens. If you hit an
well, pretty much since Earnhardt died, they've done just the thing with other sports. So you notice that there are, like with drag racing, when one of the guys got killed there because the props used to hold the big wings up on the dragster, his tire hit it snapped and it went under his helmet into his head. So now they put they put that metal thing behind drivers like NASCAR to come out with the Hans device so your head doesn't snap forward if you do hit the wall and crash. They put up those safety barriers. So where the concrete wall is now, they got the foam and then a wall. So if you do hit it, it takes a lot of the impact out of the car and stuff. So the thing is, with other sports, when things happen, they do slowly make changes. And that's what we've talked about with bodybuilding. Yes, it's hard to make changes in bodybuilding because really the athlete themselves has to take it upon themselves to watch their own health and that sort of thing. But it just seems to be that you can't do nothing. You have to do something. But giving up the whole sport and saying I'm packing it all in is like, it's like, what do you do? It's like, does he still eat McDonald's? Does he see the amount of people that die from heart attacks from McDonald's and cholesterol? Well, I'm never going to eat McDonald's again. I'm never going to eat a food that's over 5 grams of fat because of all the people that die from heart attacks and bad blood and cholesterol. So you can't live your life like that. Look,
he may be overreacting.
I've seen the healthiest people, like you said, drop dead at 45. You see people that drink and smoke and eat shit live to 80.
There's no guarantee.
I tell people, live your passion, but don't live it ignorantly. In other words,
or recklessly.
I mean, look, bodybuilding is what it is. If you're doing the right thing and you're getting your health checks and you're doing everything as safe as you possibly can, and you love what you do, then do it. Don't let anyone else tell you, oh, you shouldn't do this because you're going to die.
But I think Boston is an example of the outlier.
Yes,
with that.
yes, 100%.
He's someone who needed to listen to you many times,
and he just didn't.
Yeah.
No. Or it'd be like Jimmy and I, and every second month you go to the hospital, you get checked out. Don't you, Jimmy? That's what we do. We go, if Jimmy, you're not feeling good, go to the hospital. And then Jimmy send me a picture in the hospital, and I send one back. Guess where I am, Jimmy? I'm in the hospital.
Yeah, Lee, for a while, you were in the hospital like every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
I kept yelling at him. I said, stop going to the hospital already. I said, you're fine.
I wanted to say something on that. I wanted to say something. Like I ride a Harley. I mean, it's not bodybuilding. I mean, but I just lost a good friend. On a he was excellent rider, but some guy just made a left turn and just nailed him. And
That's it.
He
died. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm not going to give up riding my Harley. You know what I mean? Like I love riding. Yeah.
But what if 32 of your friends died on their Harleys in the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen, but I mean,
it's a what if. It's a what if.
What if?
Because that's like body. Now it's because that corresponds to the bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question, Dave. I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When Billy passed away, I did shy away from my bike for a little while. Yeah. But then I thought about my friend Billy, and I said, you know what? If Billy was alive,
he would want
right. Yeah. Would he say, Jimmy, don't ride no more? Because he loved riding, and he died. Doing what he loved, and
there's a lot to be said for that. Yeah.
I mean, like there is. I mean, like I've done some stupid shit. I mean, one time I was at a clubhouse in Staten Island with a bunch of friends of mine. I was there all night long, and I was drinking Jägermeister. I think about a gallon, maybe a little less. And it started pouring like it was 2 a.m. And my friends were like, Jimmy, just stay here, stay on the couch, And I said, no, I got to get home. So I jumped on my bike. It had to be like 2 a.m. I think it was, yeah. And I was heading over to Verrazano Bridge, right?
Oh my God.
So I'm cut through traffic, and I was ripped out of my mind. I get up on the Verrazano, and I fell asleep. And I woke up on the other side of the Verrazano. I actually made it across.
What?
Are
you serious?
I woke up after I went over.
You're lucky you didn't go off the Verrazano. Yeah.
Wow.
the thing about a Harley, if you're doing 75, 80, you let go of the wheel, you're going straight. You're not gonna go off, you're gonna go straight. So when I fell asleep, I just kept going, and thank God it was 2 in
not
the morning.
even possible.
Yeah.
You had an angel watching over you, Jimmy,
And at this point, you should be a fucking millionaire, because as Jimmy's going over there, fucking asleep on the bike's going straight. This young kid called Elon Musk saw him going past and said, "I'm going to invent a driverless car." And you gave Elon Musk the idea because he saw Jimmy on the bike asleep, and the bike's just going.
That's how the idea was born, Lee.
Dave, I got ape hangers on my bike, so it's very easy.
The big one.
Yeah, so right. So when I fall asleep, I just hang on. I just put my head down. But I woke up and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." Then I got out to the Belt Parkway and I tried to stay awake. So Lee, I gotta show you something before the show ends.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this here.
This isn't what you normally show me in private, is it?
when he shows you the waving boner.
Hey, Dave. I sent Dave that photo at the time. The time when Jimmy got home, this was the funny. We had we laughed so much. Was this 2 weeks ago when Jimmy got home? And Jimmy was like, tonight someone could be breaking in. He says, "Don't worry, Lee." So for an hour, Jimmy was pulling out his gun collection. Now Jimmy is probably just has had as many drinks as he did going over this bridge.
No.
I'm watching Jimmy pull out these guns, the shotguns. I'm thinking, Jimmy, this is going to be a bad accident. And like, Jimmy, is the safety on, Jimmy? Check the safety's on. It's like, yeah, the safety's on. Then he puts on the hat like Capone, and he's got the guns. Hold on, Lee. Let me show you how I load them. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is going to get bad. Jimmy's putting the shells in the gun, and he's like, look at that. I'm like, he's pointing it at the ceiling fan. I can see the ceiling fan just coming down. He's like, you know what? He's like, I love these guns. I'm going to put them in bed. So now Jimmy's tucking the guns in bed. I'm like, Jimmy, point the barrel towards the door, and please, before I go to sleep, check the safeties on Jimmy for me. Check the safeties on. I said, Jimmy, and then I said, Jimmy, do you have a grenade? He goes, God. Wait a minute, and then Jimmy comes back with a grenade.
Oh no!
I'm like, keep your finger away from the pin, Jimmy. He's like, Jimmy, put it down.
What do you have a live grenade for in your house?
Hold on, I gotta get rid of this.
And then he's like, it blew up. And then I got the photos on my phone still. Yeah. And then he's got the big magazine. He's putting it in. Then he's pulling out all the knives. He's like, right, I'm going to keep this gun by the door just in case. He's like, hold on, I got something else. And he goes, then Jimmy, what do you have to do to go into the other room to get something else? And Jimmy goes, he leaves his bedroom with the gun. I think, oh God, all I'm gonna hear is boom.
What do you have a grenade for in your house?
I was pretty bad, Lee. I gotta admit, I shouldn't have done that.
You haven't answered the question. Why do you have a grenade in your house?
I stole that from the Marine Corps years ago.
It's a dud, though, right? It's not.
It's a matter of national security.
No, it's live.
It's live?
Oh my God!
I don't think it's legal to have a grenade in your house.
I don't think it is either. Especially when it's stolen from the military.
Well, let's pretend it's just a toy then.
Yes, it's a toy. It's a toy.
But here I am in Australia. Watching my good mate Jimmy, pissed as a fart, loading weapons, handling a grenade, and I'm sitting here going, "What the fuck, Jimmy? Put it down." He's like, "No, I'll put it over here."
Everyone will be like, what happened to Jimmy the Bull? Lee will be like, I don't know. Last I saw him was just saw a puff of smoke,
But before I hung up, I said, now, Jimmy, please check when you go to bed before you hang up that the safeties are all on, because he's like, I'm keeping this one loaded beside me. I'm thinking, he's walking around like the Terminator. The Terminator.
Yeah, that was bad. I remember you said alcohol, firearms don't mix. I was like, yeah, that is.
Well, I guess
Dave, when I was in the Marine Corps, you used to find these rounds out in the desert, 105 housing rounds. You load them into cannons, and they shoot 5 miles accurately. We used to take out tanks and shit like that. So these rounds are pretty good. They stand a few feet off the ground.
Wow.
So we used to go out. They had a demolition team. They used to go out to the desert, and then they used to tag the ones that never went off. They used to put a little flag next to them, and then they used to go out and collect them. But had to be a special team to do that. So I went out to the desert one day. We were drinking. It was one weekend, and I went out to the desert a little bit, and I saw one laying there. And it wasn't flagged or anything. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take this fucker home. I said because I was going to put it in my sea bag. Imagine if they loaded that fucker on the plane. Anyway. So I take the thing, and I go into the tent, and I was bombed out of my fucking mind, of course. And I walk in the tent with the 105 rounds, man. And all the Marines ran out of the tent. And I'm like, why is everybody running, right? So all of a sudden, the CEO was yelling from outside the tent. He goes, Valencia, get that fucking round out of the tent. He said, go put it back in the tent. Go put it back where you found it. I go, what with somebody? He goes, it's a live round, you fucking asshole. I was like, now I'm holding this fucking thing, and I'm like, holy shit. And I had to walk back out to the desert with this fucking thing. And I mean, fucking, just crazy shit.
So how do you think I feel now watching Jimmy? How do you think I feel like 2 weeks ago watching Jimmy with the loaded weapons, the fucking grenades sitting there? Then he goes, Lee, I know I've got some other shells around here somewhere. Let me look for him. And he comes back with this glutamine container. He goes, here they are. And he loads them into the gun. I said, okay, how many did you put in? 8. Okay, I want to see 8 come out, Jimmy. So he got 8 out. And he's trying to put them back into the container. He's like, the lid won't go on. He's trying to slam the lid down. Right near the grenade. I'm like, oh no, Jimmy.
Yeah, Lee, you should have been recording this. Is right. Yeah.
Dave, you had to see Lee. He was like trying to talk me down. He's like, "That Jimmy."
He's like a hostage negotiator. Yeah.
I'm running down the hallway. No, bro, no, I'm not putting that down. Right?
I thought I was watching Apocalypse Now fucking remake. I was like, Jimmy's like, wait a minute, I've got something in the other room. And he gets the gun out, the real big one. He's like, I'll be back in a minute. And all I see Jimmy's leave the bedroom, go down a dark hallway, carry this loaded weapon. I'm thinking, I'm going to hear something go off in a minute. He's going to trip over something. The gun's going to go off.
Then I got up the next morning with a hangover, and I said, holy shit, let me text Lee, man. I feel terrible. So I text Lee. I said, Lee, I'm so sorry. I hope you don't think I'm fucking crazy.
The best buddies that live like 8,000 miles away from each other. Yeah.
I was just happy that he texted me because I knew he made it through the fucking night.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
all right, so Lee, look at this before we go. Look, I want to show you this. Look, Lee.
Oh yes, they said they were going to send you some. Did they send you a pair? Did they?
They did. I wanted to thank you and also the guy Frank who sent these things. Yes. Frank. Is that his name?
Yeah. They're the best sunglasses, Australia made product.
These are them right here. Look at that, man.
Ace.
Oh, they're nice.
Ace.
That's nice.
I like
sunglasses.
that.
Very nice. Yeah.
I like
polarized when you're in the sun. Everything's so clear. They're very.
Hey,
good.
what's the name of the company that sent that?
Ace Optics.
Yeah.
If you go on Instagram, Tyler, Ace Optics.
Did you have something sent to my house too from another company or something like that? I got some kind of weird email, Lee.
Someone is sending you something. Yes.
Okay. I was
That's
wondering.
a grenade.
It's a grenade. Don't open it. Anyway, the moral of the story is, getting back to Dave's story, is that a ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are made for. So you got to do what you love in life, man. You can't live safe. You got to live like what you want to do.
Speaking of explosive, though, Dave, do you know how they find undetonated landmines? Do you know how they find them, detect them, and find them and get them out?
No.
Specially trained rats.
Oh, really?
Yes, because the rat's not heavy enough to
detonate.
It all comes
full circle to the rats. Yep.
Exactly. The rat's not heavy enough to detonate it, but they can sniff it out and tell them where it is, right here.
Very
Rat
smart.
cervical-
Maybe you should start breeding your colony of rats for bomb
They use
sniffers.
dogs. They
I
use
think,
dogs.
you know what happened the other day?
Or nudists. Maybe they can sniff out nudists in your neighborhood.
One of the females just escaped from its cage the other day without me even seeing her.
Right.
Scuttled across the TV thing and went into the boys' cage and was in there for God. I have no idea how long. She was in there.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
It
So
was
I
Tig.
might have a pregnant rat.
You might have you have a slut. You have a slut rat.
I definitely have a slut. I've never seen a rat.
You
Talking
needed some
about
nookie.
rats, Dave,
Yeah.
Dave, how's that mousetrap working out that I sent you? You using it?
I did a video. I sent it to you. I caught a rat with it.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you
humane
put like
one,
that
right?
the first
Yeah, the
day.
humane one. Yeah.
That was-
I
that
haven't
was the-
needed it again. So far, so good. 1 for 1. I'm.
All right, nice.
And-
Thank you,
and
Jimmy.
Dave-
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank
Jimmy
you for the
Bull.
humane rat trap. All right, I got to
And
wrap
Mr.
this up. We got more
That means a lot to
video
me.
do.
Palumbo, on your little quote though about the ship in the harbour
Yes.
and blah blah blah. Tell that to the people on the Titanic, asshole.
That wasn't on the harbor.
What's this? What's this? What's this? Hold on, before you go. What's this? Fingers in the ears, and I got my foot out in front of me doing this. What's this?
Looking for landmines.
Yeah, an Irish mine detector.
Jesus.
Like
Oh,
Irish wine
God.
dancing.
Dave, before we
Yes,
go,
yes.
here's something. I found out the other day that if you Google the word vascularity, my arm actually shows up.
Oh, really? That's
So you know how
nice.
it's like it's a cliche, like you Google asshole and your face shows up. Or Google vascularity and my arm shows up. So here's
Let's
the
see.
question:
Google it, Tyler.
What word do you think you could Google where a picture of you would come up?
Cunt.
No, for real. And don't use the obvious Palumboism.
Jimmy the Bull.
Don't use the obvious Palumboism because
I don't know. I don't know what would come up. I don't know.
How about you, Lee?
Where's your arm? I don't see it.
Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth picture to the right.
Oh.
In the flannel.
Oh,
Notice-
that is you. Yeah, I know that arm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's definitely your arm.
Nice.
Well, notice your arm didn't come up under the word muscle. It just came up under
It's just
vascularity.
vascularity.
Hold on.
Thank you for pointing that out, Lee.
Who wrote the article? 4 tips to increase vascularity.
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
I don't know. What? Try muscle. Put in.
Why do
put
they
in
use a
muscle.
model who has no
Yeah,
vascularity?
I don't
for that?
know. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Put in freaky muscle. See what comes up.
There it is.
I have a little bit of
Oh,
muscle.
you're
there.
under the
Shut up.
you're under supplementation, Dave.
No,
That's my.
Google.
I'm under supplementation.
Not drugs
Google.
though. It looks like it's real supplements.
That's great.
Google freaky muscle, Tyler. See what comes up. Lee Priest.
Lee Priest.
Freaky muscle.
Freaky.
Let's see if Lee's on there. It's all morphed pictures.
All
and
more
shit.
pictures, yeah.
Put in short freaky
Best
muscle.
bodybuilder.
There's me. Is that me? The black and white picture.
I thought that
there?
I
was-
think there was a
Yeah.
picture of you on there, Lee.
I thought I saw you, Lee.
Yeah.
What about best arms? Put in best arms.
How about
Oh,
best arms
yeah.
in bodybuilding?
Best arms in bodybuilding. Of anyone under 5'5". Oh, Lee Priest.
There he is, second.
Lee
You're the
Priest.
second picture.
Lee Priest.
Wow, there he is. Yeah.
There he is.
And
Second
I'm down
picture.
there, and I'm over there. There's 1, 2,
Yes,
3.
but Lee, you're not
Oh.
under. You're not under vascularity.
No. Put in best legs
No.
in bodybuilding. Let's see who comes up.
Tom Platz.
I bet you.
Oh yeah.
I saw Dave put up his leg picture, didn't you? I saw it.
Is that Platts the first picture?
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah. Yeah. That thing. Oh my God. No one has equaled that. No one has. Equaled that.
No.
Absolutely not. Quad father.
Freaky.
Look at it. All that inner leg. Too,
Yeah,
is
the
like
fucking
incredible.
the adductors
Yeah, that's why my legs were big. I had a lot of adductors.
and the vastus lateralis. The teardrop is insane.
Yeah, I know.
And to think he didn't have a booty machine or an abductor machine back in
Yeah,
those
he had a
days.
squat to do it. Right, exactly.
How did he do it, people? How did he do
And
it?
his squat
Oh, my-
form literally sucked ass.
He went
He
all the
would
way down.
he would drop like a sack of rocks into the bottom position.
Yeah, but he would do 28 reps, 30 reps,
no
so-
negative at all.
Yeah.
You know, I used to hang with Tom Platz and the Titan Towers in Connecticut. He was with those guys for a while.
Yeah, when he was with WWE, yeah, with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I got to wrap this taco party up.
Tyler, put in big cut.
Next, when I am next week, when I get my my foot surgery, and I'm not using the studio. It's going to be a nudist studio. So if anyone wants to, Dave Pulcinella, if you want to come down here and be the security guard for the nudist,
I'm going to start my own nudist.
We're
colony.
renting out the studio to the nudist next Thursday. Okay.
We'll be down.
And Friday, tomorrow's Friday for me. I'll let you know I get my heart results all back tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
And tonight, 6 p.m. I don't know when the show's going to go up, so it might be too late already. But Lee Priest will be going live on the Species Nutrition Instagram answering questions. So check that out. That'll be once a week. For now, we're out of time. Thank you very much, all of you guys, for joining us. Jimmy, go get some sleep. And don't load any live ammunition in your guns, please.
I'm going to go look out back and see if the nudists are out there.
See you next week, guys.
I won't play with the hand grenade, I promise.
Send me a photo if she's naked.